Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, childrens of all the ages, welcome to FormulaOCE, the F2 League, and we're here for round number 6 for the Spanish Grand Prix. My fellow commentator, or the lead commentator for the F2 season, Abyss, is away at the moment, but he hopefully he will be back very shortly. So yeah, very much looking forward to this race. I think this is my second commentary for the F2 League, as I did China as well. Um, yeah, so looking forward to it. Unfortunately, only grid of 10, so yeah, it's not great. Half an hour of qualifying, and that's going to be fantastic. Let's have a look at. May as well. So we'll check your snags, Oxygen Thief, Goats for Life 2, It's Your Boy here 4, Urban Growth 5983, Stroke Race 6571, VRF1 Korg, VRF1 Meek, Storm Hutto, and Lil T71. So pretty much everybody's guaranteed points unless someone crashes out, which yeah, and oh dear, Guts for Life 2 has left the session. That's not what you want to see. But he has half an hour. Give me 1 second, lads. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Alright. We are Gucci. King Chris 93, how's it going, fellas? Be bored for the next 20 minutes? Yeah. No idea what to talk about. I guess we could do standings, I guess. Yeah. Just hate filling for time. Where's the F2 standings? Where are they? Here they are. So we are Dutchy in first place on 169 nice points. We got Ocean Victor P2 116 points. So Dutchy has a mammoth, should say, not league. And we're already at round 6. So we've got Green Goats 420 in 89, Goats for Life 2 on 88, VRF1 Korg on 83, Petty Crow on 42, Lil T on 36, Chunky Stags 32, VRF1 Get Suga is on 24, Criticama is on 16, Retro Pricey on 14, Black Hammer 11, Billy Gaff on 9, Heartweek on 6, and Stroke Race on 1 point. Uni Vitosi is on 285 points, already got a mammoth lead over ART, who's on 128, Carlin's on 100, MP Motorsports on 94, High Tech GP is on 90, Dams is on 46, Charuz is on 29, Campus Racing 22, Premo at 19, and HWA has 0 points, as Goats for Life is in the lobby. Unfortunately, I'm not the one streaming, so I am on board with Urban Growth, who is on the softs, and it's your boy is on the hards. Goats for Life is on the hards as well, and Storm Hutto on the hards as well, as we finally got some action out on the track. And I'm on board with Urban Growth, and I think Abyss has come back. No, he hasn't, so that's just fantastic. Yellow Flag Sector 2. It's a Storm Hutto letting someone through. It's Goats for Life. But Urban Growth Coming around turn number 4 right now, it does a 24.786 first sector. It's your boy here, not sure what he's done. So this is going to be interesting to see what the likes of Goats, It's Your Boy, and Storm Hutto do with those times, as Urban Growth has invalidated his lap time already. So It's Your Boy here will set the first competitive lap time. Oh, that's very, very slow indeed from It's Your Boy here. Oh dear, no available controllers. Oh wow. That is really, really not good. So I'll try and do my best for the people watching. I'm not sure if I should put this in the video or not. You don't want to be sitting here watching that screen. But It's Your Boy here for coming around the final corner, opens up DRS. Actually, no, he doesn't. He sets the first lap with a 32.625. So, nice banker lap there. Didn't even open up DRS. So, that is very, very interesting. Stroke Racing does a 32.4 on the soft compound tyres. Little T does a 32.7. So, Stroke Race 6571. 3/10 up on Little T, so not a bad opening lap there. Storm Hutto, 59.9 middle sector. What he's done so far. Maybe I should stream my PAV until Abyss comes back. Stormhawk coming around the final corner is done a 31.4, but Goats for Life does a 29.805 on the hard compound tyres. About just under 2 seconds from Storm Hutto, who might be doing another lap. And Urban Grove is finishing off a lap here around the final corner. Opens at DRS and does a 29.1. 7/10 ahead of Goats for Life, but tyre compounds, massive difference here, and Urban Grove's done 2 laps on his softs already. Just waiting on Snag, Steve Korg, and Meek to set a lap time. Actually, Meek has now come out as Little T goes to the top with a 28.546. He's done 2 laps on the softs as well. So Meek is now out there. Not sure if he's full-time or reserve. So that will be interesting. And hopefully Abyss comes back very, very, very soon. As Korg is now coming out. So Korg and Meek in the same team. Not sure which one it is. Yeah, so they're both on the hards at the moment. 3 viewers. I'm one of them. But thank you to the other 2 people who have tuned in already. I do apologise with the no available controller screen. That's from Abyss's side, as he's the streamer for the F2. Just waiting for a bit to come back so everybody can see what is going on. So Mick does a 25-0 first sector. It goes purple, but can't really read much into that. because nice game. We'll have a look at Korg's lap time in a second as he's started his flying lap and already at turn 1. Oh, that's not great there from Korg, but we go back on board with me coming the fast turn 9. Downshifts into 4th gear. Opens up DRS. It's a 58.9 middle sector, so it's under a minute, which is what you want in these cars. A little bit of oversteer from Mig in the final sector. But he's coming towards the final chicane. Down shifts into 2nd. Up shifts into 3rd. Around the final corner, he might be beating Little T's time here. No, it's a P3 with a 29.5. So he's a second behind Little T at the moment. Let's have a look. He's done a 59.0. His yellow flag. I think that is Storm Hardo just letting Meek go through. But here comes VI from Korg in the final chicane, coming towards the final corner. Not sure this will put him with Meek. Actually, it does. He goes up to P3, drops Meek to P4, and there's absolutely nothing separating Korg and Meek at this present time. But I think he's going for another lap. Stroke Racer is definitely doing another lap. He's out there on the hards at the moment, so... But he's 3/10 down on his first time lap, so... He needs a very good middle and final sector if he wants to beat his time. Yeah, I know, Snags. It's Abyss. Abyss is the one streaming, not me. That's why I am trying to say what is going on. As Mick goes up into P2 here, ladies and gentlemen, but we go back on board. Well, I'm on board with Stroke Race 6571. Oh, it's not been a fantastic lap here. It's very, very cautious. Oh, Korg he's getting held up massively here. But he will get a slipstream. Korg goes up into P3 and Stroke Racer he got a bit of a slipstream. But oh, that's not great from Stroke. As Mix has had an incident, yes he has. He's dropped it off at turn 7. Has he got front wing? No, I think he'll be coming in this lap anyway. Is Abyss back? No, he's not. Abyss is not back. Actually, he might be. He's let off the no controller sign, so that is very well done. Yeah, Mick is definitely coming in this lap. Storm Hutto up into P5 with a 29.7. Still 6/10 off Urban Grove. That is very, very interesting. Oh, Stroke Racers had a mare in the final sector. That's not what you want. In fact, sector 3, yeah. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. But Stroke Race is gonna... Oh, Abyss has finally returned here, ladies and gentlemen. I've talked to you all for 14 minutes, and now Abyss can talk to you for the 15 minutes and 50 seconds we have left. stroke races into turns 1, 2, and 3.
So, how are we, everyone? Welcome. Well, I suppose I should be saying welcome to myself because I'm finally here. But we've missed a little bit of the practice session, about half. But now the crucial times are ahead of us here in the last 15 minutes with the absence of Dutchy. Oh, invalidation there for Stormhodo in the third sector as well. With the absence of your championship leader in Dutchy, it'll be very interesting to see who comes out on top here. So now on board or watching Stroker race through the third sector. Looks to be on a lap here through the hairpin section in the third sector. Now into the tricky couple of chicanes here down in the third sector. Gets a nice bit of curb there before swinging it left and then throwing it right. Don't want to get too much curb here at the second last corner. Gets a bit much curb, runs it out wide. And he's now fully on the throttle through the final corner. Flat out now, DRS open and across the line. Doesn't improve and by 3/10. Gonna go on board here with It's Your Boy here, who may be on an in lap and is. So instead we're gonna go on board with his teammate, who has invalidated his lap and may very well follow his teammate in the lane, and he will. So the only man on track at the moment, Stroker Race, who beats his lap time by 0.036 of a second here in the first sector, as we ride on board for the rest of this lap. Never mind, he's not even on a lap. He's out of petrol. That's my bad. So we have no drivers really to watch here as 9 in the lane and Stroker out of petrol. Very interesting. Right, coming up will be a very interesting time in this round as we go for a full shootout with Chunky and Oxygen not doing a lap yet, and Meek and Korg on the hards. So everyone's true pace will come out here in the next 13 or so minutes as Stroker runs big time off the track. It will be very interesting. I don't have any more chips. Stormhodo now coming out of the lane again on the soft tyres. Looking to see if he can better his lap. Currently 6th with a 1:27.29.7. Very nice looking BTW livery. F2 cars, I just can't get over how good they do sound here in the F1 game. But while we've got a quiet period here, I'll have a chat about, what everyone's thinking coming into the new game, the new game coming out soon. Or I wonder if that was this and next lap invalidation there for Stormhodo. That would really destroy these tyres if it was, and it was. Yeah, it was a this and next. So that's really unfortunate for him. He's going to have to do a whole nother, basically warming up his tyres lap. But yeah, what are your hopes coming into the next game here for us?
I mean, everybody wants some form of something good in the next game from the previous game, but I think we're just going to get the same game for the next game. There might be a few tweaks here and there. Might be, maybe some better handling model, maybe better physics model. EA won't have much to do with next game, but I think everybody's gonna try and ride out the next game and then wait till 2022 when that comes out, and EA will probably be fully invested into that game. Put some resource in it and see how it goes. But a lot of fears for people that it's just going to be pretty much like a FIFA type thing where career mode doesn't really get a lot of love, and it's that game's all about Ultimate Team really. So we can see everybody's got a fear that EA is just going to do the same thing with F1, unless they've struck a deal with Codemasters to not have so much, like, to not negate career mode, but just to make it fresh.
Oh, as Chunky invalidates on the final corner going onto his lap. And that'll be this and next invalidation, so he'll have to probably have to come into the lane again, like what happened to Stormhudder.
Yeah, so yeah, that's my. I think for next game everybody's just gonna ride it out. I don't think much will change. Maybe handling model might change, physics model might change. There might be a few additions for career mode, but other than that, I don't see much changing at all.
Yeah, fair
How
enough.
about you?
I would really like to see multiplayer take a step forward, especially with, they've got my team in now. That'll be in the next game again, and that'll be the same. So I think this game coming forward could be a real step towards potential, like as we've wanted for a few games now. Maybe a better multiplayer whole system, and just server quality increasing is something that I think we all want going forward for everyone. And especially in leagues like our own, where we've got a few people from overseas, I think just server stability could go a long way to, well, making leagues and things run a little bit smoother. But otherwise, I think career mode will be pretty much the same, maybe a few differences. Obviously, I'm looking forward to the refreshing new liveries for most of the cars. But yeah, otherwise, hopefully it's just a better F1 2020.
Well, they've already, as people, I don't know if people watch Ara's videos, but he does his like things we want, or things to be removed from the next game. So I've also said on Reddit, apparently EA have put in a fair chunk of resources in, but it is Reddit, say take it with a pinch of salt.
Yeah.
As TPA Group has joined, I think he was already in this league.
Yeah, he's in the league. Groot's in the league. I think he's just decided to wake up over there in... I think he's from England, so I think he's decided to wake up and actually join one of the races. It's fine that we've got another car out on track. Goats for life.
I've also heard they're going to bring back Weber and Smith from F1 2019.
I have heard there's something like that, a storyline coming or something.
I don't see that happening. I mean, if it does, fair play to Codemasters. We're trying to keep it quiet, but someone has leaked it out. But I don't see that happening. I'm thinking they might say that for 2022, for when EA will actually have some sort of control making a game as well. But if they're gonna make a storyline into it, into the next game, which well, we're in what are we? We're in April now, and last year's game came out what in June.
June or July, yeah.
So we're a couple of months away for the next game. So that'll be interesting for when we get a release date or some trailers hitting like the YouTube channel or Twitter and what have you. As Lil T has left the session. He's currently on provisional poll, so that'll be a big blow to him. He's also on two-lap old soft, so you don't want to be doing any more than a lap on softs here at Spain.
As we saw on Wednesday, the soft tyres, even in the race for the Formula 1 cars, did not last long. People stopping around 6, 7, 8. So the soft tyres really do not like this track, and will be interesting to see how. Pardon me. How they fare in the feature race.
Just point out, Goats for life. Number 2 is 8 tenths up on his first sector, so this is going to be interesting.
Let's have a look at the sector split. A second and a half up.
I think that's the quickest middle sector I've seen so far. And here comes Goats for life around that long right-hander in the final sector. Probably the worst final sector on the entire front grid, as Lil T has joined back in. Round the final corner, gets on the power very early, opens up DRS.
And he takes provisional pole.
27.733 here, ladies and gentlemen, but he's got just under 4 minutes. Can he get back in time, put another set of tyres and go for another lap? I don't know.
Currently on board with Groot, who doesn't have a helmet on my screen. We've just got a floating visor driving this Red Bull car.
Codemasters.
He's got no body. We've got the car turning. He's invalidated his lap, but well,
there's no one. He's got no hands.
Driving Carlin racing car here. That's a bit ridiculous there. Come on, Cody's. We're going to go on board here with Oxygen through his final sector now. Through the swooping right hand. A little bit of oversteer there, but that's all. Understeer, sorry. And then flicks it in. Misses that curb and apex. How does he go through the final chicane? Yeah, a bit much curb there at that one. But on the power, very nicely there. And through the final corner, DRS open. What is it? It's a 28.4 for Oxygen Thief. Puts himself nicely in between Goats for Life and Lil T, but don't be complacent on that lap. Will be interesting to see if he can improve that lap later on.
I'm on board with the Ghost car of Groot at the moment. I hope he gets onto the podium. I want to see the Ghost Man on the podium.
The Ghost
Snags is about to start a lap.
The Ghost Man? Is that his? Oh, the Ghost Man. The Ghost Man, right. I'm picking up what you're putting down there.
Oh, stroke racer. It hasn't been a fantastic qualifying for him, I must say. He's out there on 4-lap old hards. That's not his best time, by the way, on those tyres.
His best lap is on a 1-lap old soft, so...
I just don't understand.
Groot coming through the final sector. Oh!
He hit the curb. You do not want to do that. I should know because I did that many times on Wednesday. But Groot will set a lap time of a 32.1.
Oxygen goes pole! 27.6 for Oxygen Thief and puts himself in provisional pole with just over a minute to go in this session.
Who's your man for pole position, Abyss? Who's on pole as Thief makes a mistake at turn 2 and he's bailed out?
I mean, you can't go wrong with me, can you? As Ghost for Life beats that lap again and puts himself on provisional... Wait, hold on. Yeah, he did beat his lap again and puts himself back on provisional pole for the time being, and he retires on the track. Oh,
Well, there's no one
yeah,
around
no.
him, so he'll get away with it. If you're
Chunky
gonna do that,
Snags starts his lap.
yeah, he did a 29.3 invalidation, so that would have put him in P7.
Here we go, Korg through the final corner now. First lap on the softs. Where does it put him? It looks like it's going to be a 27. 27.5 puts himself P2 by just over a hundredth of a second. And, well, that just shows how quick these boys are. Meek's about to come across. Never mind, that's the other... That was Urban Growth.
2, 1, and that is qualifying over, so...
Meek 6/10 up on this lap.
Oh, Groot's in, so Meek...
DRS open. Cross line, it's a good lap. P2. P2. By a thousandth of a second. Oh, wow. That's the closest we've had.
57.9 for Chunky Snags. He's the next one to cross the line. As Urban Growth has retired, there's no one around him, so he gets away with it. And then we've got Storm Hutto right behind Chunky Snags. But Snags around the final corner, opens up DRS to 27.7. So he goes up to P5, but here comes Storm Hutto.
He's a tenth down. And
Yep.
7/10 down doesn't improve. Stroke race.
Stroke race is up on his time, but not by much. Goes P10. And that's put Groot to P11.
Oh, it's your boy here all over the shop there.
So
That's qualifying.
I think Stroke has really messed up here.
Starting on the hard. No, you don't. You don't start on the hards. It's alright.
Yeah, I
It's not
forgot.
F1.
Dear oh dear. Alright, it's
However-
boy here for retire.
However, his sprint race is going to be on 6 lap old hards. That's
No, he'll have it for...
really-
Oh, yeah,
No,
that is
it's going to
true.
be on 6 lap old hards. That's really not good.
So
Or
there's no medium tyre here, so it's only soft and hard, so I get it.
Yep. Only 2 compounds. F2, come on.
I gotta watch F2. But Guts 5 gets pole position by a cigarette paper.
Literally.
Absolutely nothing separating the top 2, with Guts 5 getting pole position and 4 valuable points. Meek in P2, Korg in P3, Oxygen Thief in P4, bit disappointing from the Oxygen Man. Chunky Snags in P5, Little T in P6, Urban Growth P7, Itchy Boy here 4 in P8, Storm Hutto in P9, and Stroke Race in P10, with TPA Groot in P11 in the lone Carlin car.
Just look at that gap between the top 4. A tenth and a half separating the top 4. Definitely, I think the closest qualifying we have had so far this season, and that is probably mainly because the King Dutchy is not racing here today.
If Dutchy was racing, he'd probably do like a 59-second lap time in these cars.
He goes good.
You'd be celebrating, oh yes, I get pole position by 15 seconds.
So
But
very
unfortunately-
overcast here for the race.
Yes, I have looked at the Twitch chat, so see the weather, but I'm not going to say what it is. I'm sure people would probably know what it is, but for the people that watch the YouTube video, I do keep an eye on the views on the videos, and a fair few people do watch them, so much appreciate y'all watching them, considering I'm the one that does it, that uploads them to YouTube.
So good for us. And the boys have done a good job here. No one's readied up early. That's a first.
They're probably thinking, well, who's going to ready up, who's not going to ready up. Yeah, that was my mistake on Wednesday, so I do apologise for. Oh, Storm Hunter is the first one to ready up.
That's alright, they all had very long time to do their strategy.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, I do apologise that I'm ready up first on Wednesday. I totally forgot all about it because I messed up my strategy for Wednesday, so that was fantastic.
Alright, we're 3
Right.
seconds from getting underway here in Spain. Of course, a formation lap will be done first. I think, unless it's changed since last week. But yes,
No,
no,
we
a
do.
formation lap.
So let's just have a look see at tyres. Ooh, okay. So all but 3 drivers are starting on the hards. Mick, Org, and Snags are the only 3 on the soft compounded tyres. So that's interesting. I'm not sure what Mick's pace is like in the F2s. I know he's fairly decent in the F1. But F2, I'm not. I honestly I don't know. Korg, that's interesting, and Snags, that's interesting as well. I'm
However, an
surprised.
early safety car could bring those boys into the key strategy there to chuck on the hards and go to the end. So, especially with the weather a lot lighter here, the overcast, the tyres won't go off as quickly, but yeah, an early safety car would really bring Meek, Korg, and Snags into the battle here.
What lap would you say? You're either Mick Korg or Snags, right? Safety car comes out. What lap do you want it to come out? You can have any lap time, any lap, and you got to make sure the hards can get to the end with pretty much minimal tire wear as possible. What lap do you want the safety car to come out?
I want the safety car to come out around lap 4 or 5. That lap 5 would be perfect. You come in, you spend a couple laps under the safety car. You've got fresh mediums for about 12 laps. Hards, sorry. You got fresh hards for about 12 laps as the boys round the final corner to set the grid. But yeah, I think that would be a perfect medium. About 12 laps on the hards after a safety car would be absolutely perfect here for Meek, Korg, and Chunky. How about you? Where would you want the safety car?
I'd say about the same, maybe 4 or 5. If one of those three can nab fastest lap point, yeah. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 3, 4, 5 lights, and lights out, and away we go. Goats for Life gets off to a good start. Meek gets off to a shocker, and Core gets off to a flyer. He's up in a P1. He's going side by side with Goats for Life, but down the inside there's Goats for Life. Bit of contact, and he's spun. There's a spinner. It's Goats for Life, a pole man. It's your boy. He's had a bit of an incident as well, and I do believe Goats for Life has got front wing damage, but Korg is up into P1. So the 3 soft runners are 1, 2, and 3. At the moment, Stroke Racer up into P8. Oh, Goat Brute looking for the inside line. Oh no!
Contact! Oh, Goat's off the track in the gravel.
Oh dear. Well, I've just caught that. I think there might be a Shields inquiry there for young Mr. Stroke Racer right there. But Korg is got half a second gap to Meek. But he's closing down. And nothing happening yet. Probably going to wait for DRS. Oh my god, Little T's just been dive bombed by Urban Growth. What a move for P5, and Little T will be absolutely filthy. Expect a rap video to be out soon about that move. Oh, wowzers. What a massive... That is a Penske dive bomb. If I have ever seen one by Urban Grove, 59.83. Oh, wow. As Korg sets the pace with a 34.233. And Snags is already a second behind Meek, so he's got to pick up the pace. And Thief's under a second, so DRS will be enabled next lap, but it won't be used until, what's that, turn 9 corner on that DRS straight.
So our first lap comes to an end, and probably the craziest one so far of the season, the two MP Motorsport cars out front, leading by a second over Chunky Snags. Now,
There's a battle on here for P5. Little T, absolutely filthy down the inside. No, he holds back. Urban Growth gets a penalty already. He gets a shocking run. Little T around the outside, and he says thank you very much. But he's got that wide, hits the gravel. Storm Hutto has got a fantastic view of this. These are going to cause a safety car in a second.
Brilliant racing from these two.
Misses his breaking point. As the beast is getting very excited for this great racing we have here. And Little T's 3.1 seconds behind Oxygen Thief, so he needs to pick up the pace because Thief is the lead runner on the hards. As Goats for Life and Groot are just floundering at the back here because of front wing damage. And then Stroke Race is into the fence. He's into the fence. Oh, Groot's done a pirouette as well.
Groot's done!
He's
out of the race!
He's done a Mitchie 950 here, ladies and gentlemen, but at the wrong corner, are we going to expect a safety car?
We don't get one here, not even a virtual. He's in a very dangerous spot there in front of the pit lane. Very interesting that the game has not decided to chuck out a safety car or even a virtual to remove that car from the, well, very dangerous pit area. But that would have been absolutely perfect for Korg, Meek and Chunky Snags. But unfortunately didn't go that way, and they now have a 2.5 second lead over the rest of the pack on the hards, and those softs really proving dominant at the moment.
Well, TBA Group will be absolutely filthy at Stroke Race 6571. That was a nasty collision from them both. And I would expect a Shields inquiry will be happening for that. I have caught it just in case if they need it. Yeah. Wasn't great. So the top three under a second, but Meek will be the only one to get DRS. And Snags has missed out on DRS.
Has he? I think he's just got it.
No, he hasn't got it. He missed out. He wasn't great at the final corner. Coming out of the chicane.
Interesting, Meek didn't go for the slipstream there, move on his teammate. Obviously, Korg and Meek will be talking because they're always in a party chat, and they'll be discussing their options moving forward here as to whether switching them is the play or not.
This is the closest battle on track. Like Sector 1, it's your boy here, number 4. He's had a spin and no front wing damage has happened, but Stroke Race, he's down in P10. He's got no wing damage that we can see, or I can see. I'm not sure if you're on him at the moment, but
you're watching this battle for the lead.
Yeah, it's
Little T with a 3-second time penalty.
Not great. Yeah. Alright, so I'm back on board with Meek as well. It's your boy. He gets a 3-second time penalty. It's not what you want. He's trying to cool down the tyres. Gets lives back at the P8. He's 4 seconds behind Storm Hutto at the moment. Trying to make his way back after that lap 1, turn 1 incident, which he has no front left end plate. But looks like there might be an overtake here.
Oh, move here for Meek up the inside. No team orders here at MP Motorsport. But Korg really didn't want to fight that one too much, so maybe a little bit of, chat. But I think they were allowed to race there from MP Motorsport, so good from the boys. And Meek now with the lead of the race, and will hopefully, for him, pull away and try and cement a lead before having to come in and chuck those hard tyres on to go to the end. Safety car now would really do wonders for the soft tyre runners here, as they probably only got a couple of laps left on these softs before they're starting to think about coming in. So we'll just keep an eye on this space between the gap between Chunky and Oxygen, see if it's still growing or losing time, and that gap also between Korg and Chunky, to see if as Chunky nearly loses the rear end there at the exit of the turn 10 hairpin, but he keeps it facing forward and in a straight line, and he moves on forward. Korg and Meek. Chunky Snack's going to go for the undercut here on Korg and Meek. See if he can pull something off. He's going to have fairly worn tyres here. 5 laps into the race, he's decided to pull the pin as Storm Hudder gets a 3-second time penalty. Let's watch the pit stop from Chunky Snags, the pit crew. A nice stop there, nothing going wrong, fortunately, for Chunky Snags. He's going to come out just ahead of Stroker Race here, and he's got a lot of clear track here to work with. We're going to go back on board here with Meek and Korg, who are just pulling each other along here. 6.5-second lead over Oxygen Thief. They may have to go long now, but with 2 cars against 1, they can do pretty much whatever they want here in strategy.
Yep, and I can see one of them being behind Stroke Race as well. So I think Meek will be the first one to come in. That's what I'll be doing if I was either one of them. I'd say Meek will come in first. Just to cover off. Well, they didn't have to come in this lap, but I'm just saying, I'm thinking, if I was either one of them, I would say the lead car will be in first, but you watch Korg be in first. But if I was them, I think Meek will be in first, just to cover up Chunky Snags.
Boys put it around in a circle again.
Yep. As so did Stroke Racer, he's into the fence as well, but luckily no wing damage. So yeah, as I was saying, I would say Mick comes in first, depending on his tyre wear and pace. But knowing those two, I would think Korg.
What's going on with it, your boy? He's spun it again.
Probably hot tyres. I'd say hot tyres. The final sector is the worst for overheating tyres.
Could you imagine a safety car now? How much would that ruin Chunky Snags' race?
He'll be flipping chips at the moment if a safety car comes out. Like I would not be surprised if we see him throw his control out the window if a safety car comes out. So with Itchy Boy Stroke Racer doing their pirouette spins, Korg and Meek are going to be behind Chunky Snags now. So.
Meek pulling the pin. No, Korg's coming in.
Yeah, Korg's coming in. I knew it. I knew that would happen. I knew Korg will be coming in first. So where's Snags? Snags is in the final sector right now. You stay on board with Korg if you can.
He hasn't got his pit stop done yet. He's in the pit box now.
Snags is at the chicane.
It's going to be very tight between these two.
Oh, I think that might have cost him.
Very tight. It's going to be very close racing in between these two. But I think Korg will get him.
Yeah,
Korg's going to get him.
That oversteer moment has cost Chunky Snags P2 in this race.
It had him comfortable
by
4.5 seconds too.
Yeah, that is very, very unfortunate for Snags. So I think Korg might get the lead back here.
Depends how fast of a lap Meek's on here. He's 1.2.5 down on his personal best. So, interesting
Stroke
scenes
race
here.
3-second time penalty.
Wonder if
Get
Meek
rid
will
of
jump
that.
in the lane now.
I think he will. I think he'll come in P6 behind
Yep,
Korg and in front of Snags. So if you're Thief T Storm Hutto, no, you're Thief and Little T, when do you come in for your soft run? You've seen the front three come in 9 laps, give or take. Do you come in, when? When do you think you come in? About lap 14, 13, 14, that area? Or do you wait, go as long as you can and try and see if there's a safety car? Here comes Urban Growth down the inside of Stroke Racer for P9, gets it done. Oh, no!
Stroke is gone! In the wall, wing damage for Stroke Race. Oh, he's in the wars here in Spain at the moment, Stroke Race. You just got to feel bad for him.
That was...
Korg's got in front of Meek, you were right.
Yeah, Korg has got him. Oh, Lil T and Storm Hunter has penalties as well, so... That...
Teammates! Teammates!
Yeah, I think teammates... They were pretty close together. No safety car yet.
No, he's pulled it out of the gravel trap, but teammates having issues here. It's your boy here and Urban Growth making some contact there at the final corner. We've got a battle for P9 here.
There's going to be a drama here. No.
It's your boy here wide, and Stroke has got the move done. Brilliant racing from these two. No one's hit the wall this time round.
Just noticed too.
Showing the nose. Oh, he's gone a bit deep there. It's all good.
I was just going to say, I've just noticed Little T picking up the pace here a little bit. He's 3.7 seconds behind Oxygen
contact
Thief.
between Oxygen Thief. It's a boy here in Stroker.
And the Goats for Life is around. He's got wing damage again. And his race has gone from bad to worse.
So your pole sitter not sitting so pretty anymore. P7 with wing damage on the car. And still 10 laps to go in this one.
Honestly, I think Oxygen Thief is having some tyre weight issues at the moment. Lil T is picking up the pace. He's nabbed another 10th and a bit already. And we're in the middle sector at the moment. 3.6. Oh, I hate that rev glitch.
Korg and Meek in very close proximity on the track here. Whoa. Shivers.
And don't forget, whoever finishes in P8, which is currently by Urban Growth 5983, will start on pole position. Hopefully the game does not mess up and keeps the winner on pole position for the sprint race. So, I'm on the gaps leader. Korg is 22 seconds behind Oxygen Thief. He'll take the race lead back. There's no question about that. The question is, who is the quicker out of Korg and Meg? And who'll be the one brave enough to play the team game so that when Oxygen Thief will catch...
This Goats for Life's got a 5-second stop, go, or serve at the end penalty. For speeding into the pit lane, obviously he has decided that wing damage that he got at the end of that last lap was too bad, and he's going to get a front wing swap and some new tyres for the end of this one. He's going to put the softs on. Interesting call for 8 laps, which should make it, especially on a lower fuel load. So, yeah. See how he goes. Oh, he's also serving... Oh, never mind. No, he's not. What the heck was that?
No.
What the heck? On board now with your race leader, Oxygen Thief, and as long as he doesn't come in the pits, we're going to go on board with him here for a lap around Spain. As at the end of his, we just watched his in lap. It was a very good one, half a tenth up on his personal best, and he's going to come in now for, as I said, lap 12. That's when I said I would probably come in for the softs, as he saw the other boys do a long time on those softs, and now he's decided, yep, that'll do for me on these hards. Give me those quick tyres. Meek and Korg will resume, as were other than Lil T, currently in second and third. But when Lil T decides to pull the plug, they will also push themselves back up. But in this whole pit stops, Chunky Snags has lost a couple of seconds. He's now 6 seconds behind Korg, who is half a second behind his teammate. But now the charging Oxygen Thief on the softs for the rest of this race. Will he be able to pull that gap in to Meek, Korg and Chunky? Well, we'll find out by the end of these 19 laps. Going to have a look at the penalty count for everyone while there's a bit of quietness going on at the track. Penalties: 3 for your race leader, Lil T, 3 for Storm Hutto, 3 for Urban Growth, 5 seconds for Goats for Life, 3 seconds for Stroker Race, and 9 seconds of penalties for It's Your Boy Here 4. 13 laps on those hards was enough for Lil T. He's decided, yep, give me those softs, and he will follow Oxygen Thief to hopefully chase down Chunky Snags and the 2 MP Motorsport cars. Urban Growth.
Oh, Urban Growth nearly loses at the final corner. So there's still time for some late drama with the safety car. We've got 6 laps to go. Yeah, I think unless something happens, I don't see the grid order changing much.
Oxygen Thief will get Chunky, I think. He's charged in 2 seconds in a couple of laps. So I do see Oxygen Thief getting Chunky here, but other than that, I also agree with you. Maybe Urban Growth going up or down 1, but other than that, I think without a late safety car or something crazy going on in the last 5 and a bit laps of this race, I think, you know, this could be your top 10.
Well, I mean, yeah. As open growth gets a
Oh,
penalty, well, that might have ended his actual P6, but he's on hards. Goats for life is 15.5 seconds behind him, and he's on soft, so
we go.
that could
Option C for
be
DRS.
something.
Auction safe in the Univertosi racing car. Carrying the team for Univertosi today is no Dutchy appearance. So can he still get on the podium? He's got the slipstream. He's gonna decide better of it in that hairpin. He's pushing him through turn 4.
4.
And now pushing him through 5 as well. All over
Dirty
him
air.
here.
Dirty air's not helping him.
Good, we see a move down here. A good run through turn 9 is all he needs, and he will get the DRS down into the hairpin. We've got a swap for the lead too. Korg's got Meek, but that's alright. Let's watch on board here with Oxygen Thief. DRS wide open around the outside. This is not really where you want to be at this corner because it tightens so much, but he's got the job done.
Yeah.
Job done,
Tyre
Oxygen
grip.
Thief.
Tyres, tie gripped. Thief had the advantage. So now Thief is going to come into play. What do the MP cars do now?
Well, they've just swapped this lap. Obviously, Korg feels either he wasn't communicating with him and said, you know what, I'm making this move and taking P1. I think they're just racing here, these two. They've only got 5 seconds to Oxygen Thief. This could really drain very, very quickly here if these two keep this up.
So Thief's got to do some.
Oh, Goat's off the track again in the wars. Tell you what, his weekend is not going well since qualifying.
Yeah, pole position by literally a paperclip. Turn 1 happened, and it's just gone downhill from there.
Currently has divisional pole.
Yeah,
The next
if
race.
the game doesn't mess up, Meeks out of DRS.
Oh, so Korg does have the superior pace of the two MP sport cars. Very interesting. As Oxygen Thief pulled in, he's pulled in a second and a half in a lap. Oxygen Thief's got some real pace here at the latter stages of this Spanish Grand Prix.
It's under 4 seconds. It's under 4 seconds.
Oh, get out of the way, bro. This lap car severely blocking Oxygen Thief.
Hold it. Get DRS. He'll have DRS, and this will help him on this pit straight. Yeah, fantastic. I would have done the exact same thing. Now DRS, because Mick does not have DRS. And now Thief's just flying down this pit straight. 3.6 is the gap. But he's running out of laps. 3 laps to go. Needs to get a second a lap.
And he also needs to make the move. Catching is one thing, passing is another.
Little T. Snakes could be in trouble here.
Yeah, Little T does look quick.
We'll keep an eye on that. 3.5 now. It's only a 10th, and we just about to enter the final sector. I don't think Thief can do it.
If I was Korg, I'd be backing off a little bit and helping my teammate down the straights here. Just to confirm this 1-2 for MP Motorsport.
It's 3.3, so it's under 3.5. He needs to get that below 3 seconds across the line.
Yeah, I think a little bit of tyre movement from Meek and a couple of errors in the last couple of laps is what's going to do it for Oxygen Thief. I think those soft tyres have definitely had their day now. Little T within a 10th now.
2 laps to go. It's 3.2.
Little T with DRS on Chunky Snags here. Is he going to get the move done? He will. Slipstream for days up the inside. Is he even going to... He's going to have it done before the braking even occurred.
that's it for Thief. I think he's just going to solidify P3 now.
Penalties ended him. But now Lil T
Yeah.
does have to pull 3 seconds on Chunky Snags in the last lap and a bit, because he does have that 3-second time penalty, and Chunky Snags does not.
Yeah. Auction Thief just lost near enough a second in on this lap already. So yeah, he's just going to solidify P3 now. Still podium, but could have been so much more.
It's a story of what could have been for many drivers on the grid here. Groot from a potential last to, well, 0 to glory here in this one, unfortunately ended with his race in the barrier. Goats for Life starting on pole for, I believe, the first time this season. Unfortunately ends up spinning on turn 1. And then Oxygen Thief also just running out of tyres here at the end of the race. As even Lil T's really grabbing him in here, as Chunky Snags is only 1.6 behind him. Could Oxygen Thief be in trouble to both? Could Chunky still get this, even on penalties?
He will be down by half a second.
As we come across the line now, but Oxygen Thief really needs to watch this, because this gap is forever dropping, and it's now down to 2.4. Oxygen Thief needs to do a really good lap here.
3.1. Gap still 3.1. Oh, this is going to be so close. Thief is really struggling. Even Chipple, he's looking to overtake him. Growth gets another penalty. 5 seconds, and Itchy Boy is just overtaking Oxygen Thief. Thief really struggling. He's very. I think he got puncture. He's got a puncture.
Front left.
Oh wow. He's got a puncture.
As the tyre woes continue for Oxygen Thief, he's actually holding on to this very, very nicely, considering he has a front left tyre non-existent. He's doing very well and actually holding pace quite well, considering all that. But he will go up to 5th.
Snag has been held up here.
I wonder if Oxygen's done
around the final
corner,
corner, and he will win. Yes, he will. Korg will win. Meg in P2, bit of gamesmanship there between Korg and Meg. Lil T will cross the line P3.
But Chunky will get it.
Snags will get it. Lil T P4, Oxygen P5 with a puncture. Trying to do his best Lewis Hamilton impression. Itchy Boy here gets P9. Stroke Racer gets, I think it's 1 point. I think it's a top 10 for the main race. Storm Hunter will get P6. Go to Life will get P7. And Urban Growth will get P8. And pole position for the sprint race.
Wow, dramatic final lap here. A puncture for Oxygen Thief loses him the race, unfortunately. And, well, starting P4 now for the sprint race, see what he can do from there. But, as we were questioning at the start of the race, starting on the softs was the ideal choice, because your top 3 all started on the softs and went to the hards. So, there's that. No one that started on the hards and went to the softs could hold it to them.
Rather they Chunky Snags. Not sure about that, but that is Codemaster's choice. But everybody wants to know a bit. Who was your driver of? We'll say driver of the race, because we do have a second race to come.
Driver of that race, I want to say Oxygen Thief, just because of he did really well on those softs. He was very quick and had the pace on, I think, everyone there for a long time. But I think Will T to Chunky Snags did fairly well.
You're breaking up. Hang on. There we go.
Let's see. Who had a good one? I'm going to give my driver of the day to Storm Hutto. Starting P9 on the grid, a bit underrated, new to the league. And he's come out and pulled a P6, starting from P9 in his first race, with only a 1 times 3 second penalty at a track where some corners are really, really easy to get those warnings. So well done to Storm Hutto, my driver of this race.
Yeah, that is very, very good. Just also, Good Survive gets an extra an extra 2 points for fastest lap, so he's on 12 points for the weekend. So he's in P5, but there is another race still to come.
Goats for Life will be absolutely disgusted with how that feature race has gone. As Korg is in the best spot to take a win here for the first time, I believe. So yeah, will be interesting. I believe the boys are ready up straight away here. There's no strategy in the sprint race. It's whoever's fastest. However, I think it's about 11 or 12 laps on the hards. Who was your driver of that race?
I mean, I'm not sure, to be honest, because Korg and Goat's Life had a collision at turn 1. That could have been a racing incident, but we don't know. There's a lot of carnage towards the back of the field as well. Yeah, I'll give to Storm Hutto as well.
Yeah, nice. Always good to see the rookies doing well here. And I believe he's in only his first or second race here in the F2, so well done to him with a solid P6.
Alright. This is interesting. Storm Hutto is the only one on softs.
What?
Yep, Storm Hutto
Why is he on the softs?
He's the only one on the soft tyres, so...
Well, he's going to have to do a pit stop.
So, now, I'm sure everybody knows about this by now. I've been told in the chat there is rain at the end of the race.
Oh!
So, has
right,
Storm Hutto pulled out a 5,000 IQ play here? Use the soft tyres, get ahead of Goats and Urban, pull the gap, and just hope the rain comes quickly. Maybe even they get a sneaky fastest lap.
That could have been the smartest thing we've seen in a long time here in the F2. Maybe even the best, smartest play. If he can make this work, though. He's got to make it work first.
Yeah.
But,
and for him to make it work, he needs to get ahead of Goats for Life and Urban Growth. Well, he needs a Valtteri Bottas Austria start.
Safety car would help him a lot to drain some time from the race.
That too, but if anybody remembers that Austria race where everybody thought Bottas jump started at the start, but he didn't. Yeah. So this will be interesting. Look out for the VRF1 boys, Mick and Korg as well.
Who's your pick for top 3 at the end of this one?
Me, Korg, and Snags are up there. Snags is ahead of them, so maybe those 3.
As we go to 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And away we go!
Lights down the way we go. Nice little
race.
Codemasters glitch there. As Dom gets off to not a great start. He's lifted off.
Oh, there's a car in the wall! Oh, it's crashed! Oh, that's a huge one in the back!
That is
Straight away, Korg's involved! Korg's had an absolutely huge one!
How is that not a second car? A car literally flew into the fence. As Storm Hutto is behind the oxygen feed, but he's going around the outside of turn 4. Thief holds it in. Goats looking to the inside of Urban Growth as well. Down the inside, and looks like like sector 2 and Stroke Racer. Oh, be careful. Mick is up in the P5. He's ahead of Snags. Hopefully Snags can stay with him.
Oh, I've got another spinner. We've got a spinner.
Yep, it's a Groot.
What a crazy first lap again here in Spain. Got to move to the lead here.
This is the DRS, will be a DRS train pretty soon. Stroke Racer gets a time penalty already. It's a three-way battle here.
Oh, that was very close.
Goats made the move of the race, of the season actually. Better than all of Dutch's non-existent moves. And Goats for Life 2, he the real driver. He's got P1.
In the chicane? What are you doing, mate? Little T trying to go up the inside into the chicane.
Urban Growth doing a little bit of weaving.
Who's in?
Stormato's
in the lane.
Yeah, Storm and Korg are in.
Korg doesn't surprise me. Stormato, what happened to him? Maybe he was involved in that first lap incident. No,
Mitch
he's just putting the odds on.
Mitch retired.
What's happened? Meek's in the wall.
Ooh. He's lost his front right tyre. How is that not a safety car?
Oh, he's in the middle of the track.
How is that not a safety car?
Yellow flags in Sector 1. Meek now out of this race, and all of a sudden, from first and second in the first race to 10th and 11th in the sprint race. Wow, that is quite incredible in only a lap and a half here in Spain.
Well, if Snags can pull off another couple of moves, he can win the weekend here.
Oxygen Thief could also do himself a beauty here if he can get the lead off these two. Groot's gone around again.
Groot. Yeah, Groot's gone around.
Watch out, reversing onto the track, bro. Alright, all good.
What a manic start this has been. We're on lap 2, going on to lap 3, and Good to Live, he's going to run away with this race, I think.
Oxygen's got a good exit out of the second last corner through the final corner, sorry. And no DRS yet, unfortunately, so I think, yeah, not enough slipstream there for Oxygen Thief. Is he going to be brave enough on the brakes? Not quite. Urban Growth does overbrake a bit, gets a bit of understeer. Oxygen Thief! Oh!
He saved it. He actually saved it. Little T's right there as well. This could be a three-way scrappy for P2, and Snag's not that far behind as well.
Well, meanwhile, Goats for Life pulling out a nearly 3-second gap over the rest of these boys as they go into battle for P2.
"11 laps.
That's
11
crazy.
Laps. Oh!
Down the inside of the turn 9. Oh.
Brake check there a little bit. Luckily, Thief has not broken his front wing.
It's on the inside, maybe. No, thinks better of it. We've probably got a 4-way scrap here in a DRS train for P2. So, Meek and Groot and Korg and Stormwater, you'd stay out of it.
Yep.
What's happened here? Urban
Little
Growth
T.
has lost it.
Little T goes wide. That would have been a warning.
Kind of exit does Urban Growth get? He's getting pulled in by Lil T here. DRS now open. Urban Growth doesn't have it open, and he's just going to be done on the straight here.
That's because he has no DRS.
So in just... Oh, he holds it around the outside, but unfortunately a little bit of a squeak. Oh, Lil T runs wide at turn 2, but he's going to hold it. Stacked!
He had the run of all runs, and Lil T just parked his car right in the middle of the track.
Snags up the inside! They've both held it, I think. Now Urban Growth does not want the inside there. And they finally sorted out Oxygen Thief, Lil T and Chunky Snags all making moves on Urban Growth and moving one place further ahead. Core
Biggest
goes
loser
purple.
out of this battle so far has been Urban Grove. Started on pole, is now in P5.
Oxygen Thief now gapping this trio by a second already. Probably one of the most eventful rounds of the season so far.
You know why? Because Dutch is not racing.
Yeah, true. You're probably not half wrong there. We continue to watch on with this battle for now P3 as...
It's your boy.
It's your
boy.
boys.
He's had a spin. Yep, he's had a spin. He's done another spin. Stroke Racer could get P6 here.
Could you imagine?
Here comes Little T. He's going to set it down the inside. The breath. Oh, a bit of contact.
Bit of contact. Oxygen Thief did have the corner though. He only had front wheel to back wheel, so Little T really did have to give up that spot. And Oxygen Thief was well within his right there to turn in. Good racing between these boys so far. No real collisions have been done. A little bit of wheel banging, but otherwise they've been very nice and very good races here so far.
Dear Stroke Racer, you don't want to be giving up too many penalties. You can get some big points here. He's got 9 seconds already.
Well, Storm Hutto is only 8 seconds behind him, and Korg's another 5 behind. So only top 8 get points here in the sprint race, so Stroker's going to have to get a move on.
Well, when I say big points, I mean big points for Stroke Race, because, yeah, I forgot top 8 only gets points. The other sector 2, I think it was just Stroke Race having a bit of a moment. At the moment, he's got, what, 2 points for P7?
Alright, can Little T make a move, or is he too far back? I think he's too far back here to make the move in turn 1. He's gained about 4/10 in the straight, but he's just not going to be close enough by turn 1. So Oxygen Thief will now be looking to catch up to Goats, who has put 5 seconds on this group.
Just be careful of the weather as well. It looks a bit gloomy at the moment.
Good reminder, thank you. I forgot all about that. Oh, Stroker. No. Oh! Oh, thank God the ghosting's in this game. We were just about to see an absolute mammoth crash.
Abyss, ladies and gentlemen, Abyss for getting ghosting is in this game.
No.
Sometimes it works,
like,
sometimes it doesn't.
That's what I mean. If ghosting didn't work there, we were about to see Stroker and Korg probably have the biggest crash I've ever seen. Alright, back to the trio. Lil T, Oxygen Thief, and Chunky Snakes. We're still battling it out for P2. Probably the best little battle we've had in recent memory.
We had a few battles at China, where I only commentated so far this season. Yeah, so... Oh, that's probably put it into Lil T's podium chances now.
Yeah, you'd think so, unless he can gap Oxygen Thief, or overtake him first and then gap him. DRS is very strong here on the back straight. He's going to get very close again. He's just not close enough within that 2/10. Can't quite get it alongside, though. Stroke Race, another 3-second time penalty. Unfortunately, what looked so good has gone pear-shaped for him. But watch Korg here. He's pushing up on a P7 as it's your boy here and Urban Growth have a swap of positions, as Urban Growth has decided to come in and put the softs on.
Yeah, fastest lap point.
Not too sure about that decision from Urban Growth.
Probably a bit too early for that anyway, I
Especially
think.
with rain about.
Yeah. He might have had a front wing change or something as well.
Yeah, good
Like,
point. Stroker Racer's retired
out.
in the pit
Will
lane.
this be out of
Wait,
safety car?
is he retired or is he?
He's on the pit straight.
I think he's
So
binned it.
Yeah. How is this not a safety car? He's in the middle of the track on the mini-map.
Yep, and he's gone. So,
Wow, not even a VSE.
wonder if safety cars turned on.
Just... Oh my god! Imagine if you forgot to turn it on.
Wasn't me, it was Dutchy. But anyway,
Or imagine if Dutchy forgot to turn it on then. Oh my god!
3 seconds.
Bit of weaving here, boys.
Oh,
But
he's
look,
finally got up alongside. Oh, who's off the track there? That's Urban
probably
Grove.
Urban or.
No, it's
Yeah,
Lil.
okay,
It's your boy. But Lil T didn't end up getting that move.
No. Snags just hanging back here. Probably just wait and see what these two do. We've got 6 laps to go.
Probably just looking after his tyres. These two were going at it big time here in the last few laps. So Chunky could be within a real chance here in the last couple of laps to maybe get a P2 here. Korg's in the pits again.
Yeah, I think the softs have died out.
He was on for like a P6 or something.
But he's in P7 at the moment, so he'll still get points.
He's putting the hards. Oh, I'm so confused.
Probably had no softs then.
Yeah, must have not.
Well, he's got the fast lap point at the moment, so...
Oxygen Thief's now decided I've had enough of this battling, and he's pulled a second on Little T, so no more DRS. But they have actually been catching Goats for Life. It's now only a 3.5 second lead.
Yeah, these are seconds. Still need another 3.5 within 5 laps, so...
I think Oxygen Thief's got a higher downforce setup than Little T, because Little T is gaining so much on the straights.
Or Little T... I think his best bet is probably to let Snags go through and just follow Snags. I think Snags can overtake Thief.
Snags really showing some dominance here now over Little T, thinking that maybe Little T's tyres might have died off and that may be all she wrote for him. So might want to get past him here and start putting pressure on Oxygen Steve, who is starting to put pressure on Goats for Life as he's pulled him in by about half a second this lap. Oh, little, Snags showing Little T that he is there and he's looking for the move. Could be an overtake down here into turn 1 after the back straight if Chunky Snags can keep the car in a good spot. It's a good exit for Chunky. He's got the slipstream, he's got the DRS now. Will this be a move? Slipstream and DRS, he's going to get close. Bit of a dive bomb potential. No, Lil T's gone defensive to the inside, around the outside for Chunky Snags. Can he hold it to the inside now for turn 2? He'll turn to the outside for turn 3, and he's just not going to be able to get it done, unfortunately.
Yeah, this battle is holding up Snags a treat.
Brilliant battling, though.
Could we see Goats for Life win the weekend? He's 2.8 seconds in front of Oxygen Thief. He's on 12 points, so he'll get 37. So, and Korg had 25. He's getting 1 point.
Remember, Lil T does have this 3-second time penalty, so no matter what, Chunky Snags will be on the podium unless he falls without of 3-second range of Lil T. But it really depends on if he thinks he's going to be able to catch this gap to Oxygen Thief now, who's got 2.3 over this pair.
In the top 4 have just pulled away. 40 seconds is the gap between Snags and Storm Hutto.
However, these 4 are the only ones to not have a pit stop, I believe. So...
That is true, as Itchy Boy here's had a mare, and here comes Korg. And yeah, boy he's just let him through.
I think P7's good for Korg after what a crazy start it was.
Oh, Groot! Jeez. Oh, it's raining! It's raining!
It is, you're correct.
I don't think he's going to get it wet enough for inters.
No way.
Unless it really pours down now.
Groot's having real issues here.
Wowzers. Tyre wear, wet weather. Someone's going to be off the track. We might see a few more penalties as well.
These two still so close here for P3. Don't think Thief has the pace to catch up Goats for Life, he's basically had a very boring race. He got the lead at the start and then pulled away, and now he's just controlling the pace out front.
We got 2 laps here, ladies and gentlemen. They only battle track at the moment. It's between Lil T 71 and Chunky Snags P3, P4 respectively. But Lil T goes a little bit wide there, but he does not go off track. Snags stays behind. We got 2 racing laps to go here, ladies and gentlemen. So no safety car can come out.
If Snags wants the move done on track, he's probably going to want to stay behind him here till that start-finish straight, which will be probably the last overtaking opportunity. He won't want to get him up here into turn 10 because that will give Lil T the DRS down the start-finish straight. So Chunky just want to stick on his gearbox here. And
Urban Grove has had a shocker of a race. Battle on poles, down in P6, gets I think another 5-second penalty.
Korg's on for P6.
Yeah.
Yes, Corgi.
He's got it. I think Hutto's a bit too far ahead.
Yeah, just a couple 30 seconds. A little bit far. Alright, Chunky Snags, probably the closest he's ever been so far out of the final corner. He's got everything charged up. DRS open. Lil T off in the grass on the straights. And around the outside, Chunky Snags into turn 1. He's got the nose in front here. Can he hold it around the outside for turn 1, which turns to the inside for turn 2? Push him wide, Chunky. No, he's being too sportsmanlike. Needs to be a bit argy-bargy.
We're on the final lap here too, ladies and gentlemen. Urban Grove could get P7 here. If you can get ahead of it, your boy here, 4.
To be honest, I don't even know who's going to win this. The whole championship. I think Oxygen's going to be on the podium, and I think Goats will be on the podium. I don't know who's 3rd or 2nd or whatever. Do you reckon Korg maybe could still be up there after all that? Oh, we've got a swap of position between Urban Growth and it's your boy. And Urban Growth didn't quite get the job done. However, I believe Urban Growth has too many penalties anyway. That doesn't matter. Goats for life.
Oh, Snags! He's doing everything which way. He'll still get onto the podium here, but Little T just holds him off.
Goats has had a stellar race here and will come through the final corner and cross the line with a 4.5 second lead over Oxygen Thief. And just a brilliant performance from your top 4. What a show they put on here. As well as some of the boys at the back at the start of the race with that collisions, but the constant battling all race long between Chunky Snags, Lil T, Oxygen Thief was, well, brilliant, for lack of a better word.
Well, I just looked at the chat. Lil T just put me to the wall, so might see some stewards inquiries, but
there'll
46
definitely
seconds is
be
the gap
some
between
Stewarts
Lil
and
T
Glows.
and Storm. I think Lil T will stay in P4. It's just to get the top 4 had. As Storm Hutto comes in for a respectable P5 on debut.
P6 and P5, really good job there for Stormhoto. Like, really solid job from him. He did start P3, but
3.
I think he's done well to hold P5 there after using I think pit twice or 3 times or something. But Korg, after the recovery in the wall on lap 1, pitted 2 or 3 times as well, and he'll come across the line to take P6. Good performance from him in the end.
Urban Grove will get P7. It's your boy here. He's got a puncture. He's got a puncture. So it's your boy here missed out on P7. But he'll still get P8, but he's missed out on P7. Here.
I got P7.
Yep. Did he?
No, never mind.
I got P8.
What a sprint race. Wow.
What a cluster of opening 2 laps.
I've got 3 drivers of that race.
Oh, wow. I missed that. Who was driver of the day for Korg? Who was your driver of the day?
Well, I think it's got to be Chunky or Lil T, just for their amazing battling, race long. Goats for Life did well to hold the lead, but he really did nothing special to earn it. So I think my driver of the day would either be.
P2. He started P2. He got in that fastest lap as it's 15 points. Oh, fuck. Alright, so let's actually have a look. So it's Korg, Goats, and Snags.
Korg. He still won. Well done, Korg. Goats and Snags. Alrighty. Oh, how's the voice crack?
They've missed out by 3 points. Oh, you'd be spitting chips. For me, my driver of the race would have been Goats for race 2. Just fantastic race. So Korg's your winner for the weekend. Goats 5 P2, Snags P3, Oxygen P4, Little T P5, Meek gets P6, Storm Hutto P7, 14 points on debut, not too shabby. We'll go for P8. It's your boy here P9. Stroke Racer gets P10 and 1 championship point, and Groot finishes in P11 with 0 points.
Okay.
Alright.
We also got some podium interviews for our top 3, remember everyone, so don't leave just yet. We've still got plenty of drama to unfold here in the podium interviews.
Can you hear me?
Sure can.
I can.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Just remember to include your audios.
Yeah, I got it included.
Awesome. Alright, well, you can start her off with Chunky for us.
Alright, Chunky Snags. Very, very good race from you. Back to 2 podiums that race. You had a manic battle with Lil T all race for race 2. Tell us about it. How did you feel in the car?
Yeah, well, the setup I got was just kind of just made in time trials. It was pretty good, but Lil T was definitely running way less downforce, so I couldn't really pass him even with DRS, but it made for a good battle. And
Yeah.
I can't remember the first race, but I think the tyres were dead because it was quite weird. Like both stints, the front left was cooked, like 80+%, but then the car felt like crap because the rest of the tyres were 20 to 30% less wear, so there was no balance. But just kept it clean. Didn't really push too hard in these cars sometimes, and they're way too easy to spin, so just kept it easy. No penalties either.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the crucial thing for you to get onto the podium.
Oh
Was
yeah, yeah,
that?
got me in the podium. Yeah, both races. Little
Yeah.
T had penalties and oxygen thief in the first race, I think.
Yeah, Thief also had a last lap puncture as well. So
Yeah, that
that's
was unlucky.
yeah. Abyss, anything for Mr. Snags?
Well done, Stags, mate. Real good effort from you this weekend. We were basically talking up you, yourself, Lil T, and Oxygen for most of that sprint race, just because that was the main thing going on. But after this good performance, obviously with Dutchy not being here, other than that, where do you want to be? Especially coming into Monaco and the European circuit now. Where where do you think you'll come out at the end of all this?
At the end of the championship or just
Yep, end of
Monaco?
the championship.
Um, I don't know. A lot of around where I finished, probably just fighting for podiums because Dutchy is extremely quick in these cars, and just depends if I can make a good setup. Because half the time in the previous races, I was just like losing the back end every traction zone. So I made a good setup this race that was stable. So I was able to. Quali was close. I think I was 3/10 off pole, and it put me in like fifth.
Yeah,
But
quali was insane. The top four separated by
I
10.
bottled that lap up, but everyone can usually say this. Everyone can usually go quicker. But yeah, it's good. Good
Great
couple of
performance
races.
from you, Chunky, and thanks for
Cheers for
coming on
that.
and having a chat.
No worries.
Alright,
I'll catch you guys.
see you. It was Cork that got second, right? No. Yeah.
No, Cork
Cork
one. Goats for life. Goats for life.
Alright.
Mr. Goats, we'll move strictly on to you. We'll talk about the first race, the feature race first. Your thoughts of the turn one incident?
I think I just understeered a bit. I'll take the blame for it. I know that it was Korg, right?
No, it was Meek.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Well, either way, I'll take the blame. I just kind of dove it a bit too deep, which kind of just screwed up my race from there, and a lot of other things just unfolded from there, pretty much.
Yeah, myself and Abyss. Well, I'm not sure about Abyss, but I was keeping an eye on you throughout the first race, and your race just went downhill after turn one. You kept on spinning. Was
Yeah.
the setup just more front end focus rather than back end, or did you
Well,
just lose
the
control?
setup I had for the first race, I just grabbed it off time trial, and just went with it, to be honest. But in the second one, I didn't put a setup on, and that seemed to work out a little bit better. But yeah, I don't know what was happening in that first race. I just couldn't really keep it on the track.
But second race, you just owned
Yeah,
that race.
well, I think I had the better launch on Urban. I think that was on pole there. But he just had the better turn one entry. And I just kind of tried to keep it with him and try to make the overtake clean enough, I guess. And just hopefully pulled away from there. And I was just kind of trying to stay as far away from Oxygen because I saw that he was closing a bit towards the end there.
Yeah. Abyss, anything for Mr. Goats?
No.
No. Okay. Well.
Oops, I was muted. Lol.
Oh.
It's all good.
Anything for
Moving
Mr.
on.
Goats?
Well done,
Anything
guys.
you want to ask? No? Okay.
Thank you.
On to Mr. VRF1 Korg. We'll talk about your first race as well, the feature race. Then we'll move on to the second race. Tell us about your first. Tell us about the feature race. Seemed like you and Nick were just Abyss and I were talking in commentary, thinking like there was no team orders you're allowed to race. Was that the plan, or did you have some sort of team order?
No, we ran the entire one. We were always in party together. Pretty much ran team orders from start. Once the lights went out, it was team orders every single lap, letting each other know our tyre wear and how our car was feeling, and if one was faster than the other, then would just keep switching back and forth to whoever was the fastest car at the time. Towed a slower car along, and it seemed to work out. Pretty good strategy, but yeah, it worked out.
Yeah, well, before the pit stops, I was talking to Abyss about who will come in first. Did you want to? Was the plan you to come in first, or did Mick say I've got more tyre life, you go in first?
The 2 laps previous, before I pitted, we were telling each other about our tyre wear and checking who had what on their tyres, and I was about 4% worse off on tyre wear than Meek was. So we chose for him to tow me along until pit window opened up, and then I pitted, came back around and dragged him along until he overtook me. So we're pretty much just using a strategy of towing the slower car along whenever someone got faster. First time we've tried it, but it seemed to work every lap. Seemed to be gaining on third.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was pretty much team strategies we were running from every single lap from start to finish in that one.
Now the big one.
Oh yeah.
the big one. What was your view of the incident? What did you make of it? How did you not
What
retire?
happened?
I think I went to go overtake someone because I got one hell of a launch off the start. Car just took off like nothing. Had nowhere to go, and I seen the gap between. I don't know who was on my left and who was in front of me, but as I was overtaking the other car, I think the guy on my left, whoever it was, wasn't expecting it. Pretty much, I thought it was an accident, so I'm not pissed off at anyone about it. It seemed like a racing incident. But it scared the shit out of me, I'll tell you that much.
We all thought you were going to be like front tyres gone and safety car, huge everything going off, and it was.
I actually chucked the car into reverse to keep it away from the wall as much as I could.
That's a very good idea.
Yeah, I've had that start at Spain before where I've been hit at the start, and so I just remembered what to do from the last race and chucked it in reverse. Hope for the best. Broken wing, but managed to stay alive in the race, which pretty much paid off at the end. I think I was lucky to get those last 2 spots, but I'll take them.
Take what you can get in this sport.
So Monaco is next week. Unfortunately, Snags left before we could ask him about it. So, what's your thoughts with Monaco next week?
I'll be honest, I never used to like the track. Some reason in F1 I cannot stand it, but in F2 I seem to love it so much. Which well, hopefully chasing Dutchy it'll work out.
that is going to be.
He's a hard guy to catch in these cars.
It's going to be something to watch, especially if it rains at Monaco.
I had a
don't even say it.
I had a start-to-finish battle in F2s at Monaco before, just nose-to-tail 3-car battle. No one changed positions, it was just, we stayed the same all the way through.
Good old Monaco.
Yeah, no, looking forward to it.
Well, GG's to Korg, Goats, and Snags. Unless Abyss, did you want to ask Goats or Korg anything?
No.
Before we end it off?
No, I think
So Korg,
we've done well here, and I'd just like to say thank you for our drivers for just producing one hell of a weekend. I think definitely one of our best, if not our best, so far this season. And hopefully we can get some more brilliant racing like that moving forward. Obviously, it will be hard to get racing like that at Monaco, but moving forward into the Austrias and your Great Britain and Silverstone, and I know they're the same track, but whatever.
Oh, looking forward to Austria.
Yeah, Austria will be good.
alright. Well, I'm looking forward to Monaco. I'm hoping and praying that it's raining. And hopefully safety car is turned on. Hopefully we get more than 11.
Safety car was turned
Our
on.
safety car never came out. I don't know.
I nearly threw my controller at how Stroke Racer's retirement did not bring out a safety car. Like, if you watch the
All
stream
mixed.
back, exactly all mixed. It's not even a virtual safety car. I was nearly about to throw up a controller and say, why Codemasters, why? But
I needed a
hopefully,
safety car too.
hopefully safety car will be on next week at Monaco. Hopefully it's raining for
It was
us
on.
to
It's
stream it.
just it didn't want to come out. Bloody Burt Maitlander was like, nope, stuff this.
Codemasters couldn't afford it apparently.
Nah, just blame. We'll just blame Codemasters for it. So Monaco is next Saturday. I unfortunately will not be commentating, but Abyss will be in the commentary box by himself once again. But I will be keeping an eye on the stream, and I'll be posting up to YouTube next week. But this race will be onto YouTube either tomorrow or Monday, depending on when I feel like doing it. I think that's about it. F1 tomorrow, the Sunday League. Hopefully Dutchy. Oh no, Dutchy's not commentating tomorrow, isn't he? I think Edge is the lone commentator for tomorrow's race at Spain. And Wednesday it's at Monaco for the F1 as well for the Wednesday League. Mitch 950 will be back in the commentary box, hopefully for the Wednesday race at Monaco. But tomorrow is Spain, the final race for the weekend. And until next time, Abyss, take us out.
Well, I think you've done a pretty good job there. It's been Abyss and Frizy, and we will see yous all next week.